Today is August 12th, 2025, but we gotta rewind way back to the 7th century, the Arabian Peninsula. Think of it as the world before the iPhone, before Netflix, before, well, Islam. The vibe was complicated. You had these two massive empires, the Byzantines and the Sasanians, basically the Marvel and DC of their time, locked in this endless epic beef. They were huge, powerful, and had been running the show for centuries. They had their own religions, their own cultures, and their own armies constantly clashing over territory. Now zoom in on Arabia. This was the space between the giants. It wasn't a unified country, no king, no president. It was a patchwork of tribes, and tribes were everything. Your tribe was your family, your passport, your social security, and your backup in a fight. Loyalty was local, super local. Enter our protagonist, a man named Muhammad, born in Mecca around the year 570 CE. And right from the start, his life wasn't easy. He was an orphan. His father died before he was even born, and his mother passed away when he was just a kid. He was raised by his grandfather and then by his uncle Abu Talib. Despite his tough start, Muhammad built a reputation for himself. He became known as Al-Amin, the trustworthy one. That's a solid nickname. It means people knew he was honest, fair, and reliable. He wasn't a priest or a monk, he was a merchant. It's also how he met his first wife, Khadija. She was a wealthy, respected businesswoman older than him, and she was actually his boss. He became troubled by the social injustices he saw around him in Mecca. He felt a deep spiritual hunger, so he started seeking solitude. He would retreat to a cave on a mountain near Mecca, the cave of Hira. And then, one night, during the month of Ramadan, when he was about 40 years old, it happened. He's in the cave, and suddenly, he's not alone. An angel appears, the angel Gabriel. So, Muhammad gets this life-altering message. What now? He doesn't just start a podcast. This new faith, Islam, which means submission to the will of God, needed a framework, an operating system. And that's where the 5 pillars come in. Think of them as the 5 core duties for every Muslim. They're not just abstract ideas, they are actions. First up, the Shahada. This is the declaration of faith. It's the core belief, the main password. It's a simple sentence. There is no God but God, and Muhammad is the messenger of God. Next we have Salat or prayer. This isn't just a "Hey God, what's up" text message. It's a formal, physical, and spiritual act of worship performed 5 times a day. Then there's Zakat or charity. This pillar is the built-in social justice mechanism. It's the idea that your wealth isn't just yours. It's a trust from God, and you have a responsibility to share it. Finally, we have Psalm and Hajj. Psalm is fasting during the month of Ramadan. Then there's the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. It's a powerful symbol of unity and devotion. But in Mecca, he's like a tech founder with a revolutionary app that nobody wants to download. The powerful tribes of Mecca, the Quraysh, saw his message as a direct threat. The turning point came in 622 CE. After years of persecution, Muhammad and his small community made a migration, or hijrah, from Mecca to the city of Medina. In Medina, Muhammad wasn't just a prophet, he became a statesman. He united the warring tribes under a constitution, creating the first Islamic state. After several years of conflict with Mecca, the Muslims were able to return and peacefully take control. Muhammad rededicated the Kaaba to the one God, clearing out the idols. After Muhammad's death, the story explodes onto the world stage. Within a century, the Islamic Empire stretched from Spain to the borders of India. It was one of the largest empires in history. But it wasn't just spread by the sword. Merchants, missionaries, and scholars carried the faith along trade routes, spreading its ideas and culture far and wide. The expansion of the empire kicked off what is known as the Islamic Golden Age. While Europe was in the Dark Ages, cities like Baghdad, Cairo, and Cordoba were the world's centers of learning. Scholars translated and preserved the knowledge of the ancient Greeks, Persians, and Indians. But they didn't just save it, they built on it. They made groundbreaking advances in every field imaginable. Fast forward to today, 2025. Islam is the second largest religion in the world with nearly 2 billion followers. That's almost a quarter of the planet. And it's not a monolith. Muslims live in every country, speak every language, and come from every culture. They all turn to Mecca to pray. So why does any of this matter to you, no matter what you believe? Because in our hyper-connected, often divided world, understanding is a superpower. Learning about Islam, or any major culture and faith, isn't just an academic exercise. It's about understanding our neighbors, our colleagues, and the world events that shape our lives. Building bridges starts with being curious enough to learn the story from the beginning.